Hey everybody, today we're headed up to Wayah Bald. We're about 18 miles west of Franklin, North Carolina, back in the Nantahalas, and the last 4.3 miles is on this U.S. Forest Service road, which takes you up to the Bald. Now the drive itself is beautiful, especially in November, like it is now, where the leaves are off the trees and you have beautiful open views and vistas along the way. The Appalachian Trail runs right to the right here. And follows for a while up this road. It of course goes right over the top of Wayah Bald, and it is also the intersection of the Bartram Trail. Joins the Appalachian Trail for a while in this section before cutting off to meet again on the top of Wayah Bald, where the Bartram ends. This road is generally in pretty good shape. There are areas of rough road, mainly in the turns. Nothing that a two-wheel drive cannot get up, except for maybe in the winter. And then if the weather turns bad, they will gate and close this road. Today there's a lot of bear hunters out with their dogs. You'll see the trucks with the dog boxes on the back as we pass them by. But generally it's a pretty quiet road. There is a gun range right down the mountain from here, so at times you can hear a lot of firing. Now, as far as wildlife, you can see deer, possibly bear, and I've actually seen a bobcat up here twice. So it's always fun to kind of look out for wildlife along here. Now the elevation of the Bald itself is 5,385 feet. So it's always been a popular day destination for tourists. As early as the 1880s, people used to come up here and camp during the summer where it was cool, get away from the summer heat. Also, if you think about it, seems like it'd be a great observation point for the night sky. I can imagine viewing meteor showers here during the fall and winter would be pretty outstanding. Now in the spring, when the rhododendron and wild azaleas are in bloom, it's quite beautiful up here also. This road going up through here is a one-lane road. It really isn't a problem when you meet somebody though. Most of the time one person will just pull over and let the other person by. Also, as we do in the mountains, if somebody is in a hurry crowding you from behind. We usually just pull over and let them by if they're going at a faster speed. It's not really an issue. Now in 2016 we had devastating forest fires out here in this part of the country. That's the year that Gatlinburg burned. We had our share of fires here in Franklin, and the side of Wayah Bald burned, ran up the mountain, burned out all the hundreds and hundreds of years old rhododendron, and actually burned the top of the fire tower off. It was closed to the public for a couple of years until it was rebuilt. Here, I'll pull over here and let this guy pass. So it was rebuilt in 2018 and has been back open since. As we get closer to the top here, you can start actually seeing the stunted growth on the trees at the higher elevation. I'm going to pull up to the walkway and park here. If you go beyond where I'm stopping, there is a larger parking area and also vault toilets to use. We'll just get backed in here and park. Okay, so I am now on the walkway headed towards the observation tower. This itself is the Appalachian Trail, as you can see by the white blaze there. It is also the Bartram Trail, which is a yellow blaze trail here. This area that I'm looking out over now was all burned in that fire. In the past, this southern slope of the Bald was just thick with ancient rhododendron. As you can see, the fire really destroyed it, left us with a bunch of dead trees, dead rhododendron bushes, and unfortunately, lots of fuel for potential fires in the future. Really changed the look of the Bald itself. It's a stark reminder of how devastating wildfire can be. Here's a nice storyboard which tells about Wayah Bald through history. Also gives the story of John Byrne, the Forest Service supervisor whom the tower was dedicated to. John Byrne had been a Marine sergeant machine gunner in the trenches in France in World War I, and he had suffered mustard gas attack. Unfortunately, that injured his lungs, and it ended up causing his demise at the young age of 37. This view is back towards the south, back towards Standing Indian Trail. So as you come up the Appalachian Trail, that's the direction that you walked up. Here's the stone tower. It was built in 1937 as a fire lookout. It actually had a cabin on top at the time. been rebuilt several times. Dedication to John Byrne. Here's the inside, complete with graffiti. And one aspect I like is the four-leaf Celtic knot in the middle of the floor. I don't know if most people spot that or not, but I think it's pretty cool. Speaks to the Celtic heritage of the mountain people in the area. Okay, going up the observation tower, and this direction is looking north into the Smokies. This is the way you're going to be going on the trail if you're headed north. Back towards the west, the parking and the way we walked up. Back towards the south. And then this is east towards Franklin right here. And because I didn't mention it before, I'll put it in now. Wayah comes from the Cherokee word for wolf. I hope you enjoyed this video. We sure do appreciate you watching. And until next time, fare thee well, Nomies. Wayah Bald.